Hi, Dr. Moore, and thank you so much for joining us today to talk about some of the programs at MassBay that are available for students to help them succeed at MassBay and beyond. And before we talk about the Students of Color program in particular, can you please tell the students a little bit about yourself and your role at MassBay?
Yes, I'll be more than happy. And thank you for the opportunity to do this. My name is Dr. Lynn Moore. I'm from, live right now in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Originally transplanted from Greensboro, North Carolina, long ways from home at this point. And give you a little bit of my background because I think it's real important on what I actually do today and where I find my passion. I started off and back in my first teacher was a black teacher in a segregated school. And I was in a segregated school up until the ninth grade in North Carolina because of segregation. So not until 1967, I was actually went into a classroom with a student that didn't look like me. I went into a class with a white student. I was there for 3 years in high school. It was not necessarily my best experiences in the education environment. But from there, I went to North Carolina Central University, which is a historically black college, where 99% of the faculty, students, staff, and everyone looked like me. So I felt like I belonged at that point. And that was where I really got my foundation from an educational standpoint. And after I graduated from North Carolina Central University, I came to Digital Equipment Corporation back in the mid 70s to work in high tech. After that, I stayed for a while. Then for the last 30 years, I've actually been in higher ed, working as adjunct instructor at Cambridge College and also adjunct here at MassBay and other places. But for the last 3 years, I've been the chief diversity officer here at MassBay Community College, and I really find it to be enjoyable. And I'm also on the Race and Equity Committee. And that committee is six of us, actually seven of us, senior managers, working to be sure that we have a place that everyone that comes in our door feel like they belong and are respected. And we really focus on in the classroom and with your colleagues and also within in the community.
Thank you very much for sharing that impressive work at Mass Bay. And I know that one of the programs that you're very proud of is the Students of Color program, which is a phenomenal support for students. Can you tell us what led to the creation of that program and how it supports students?
Yes, back in 2010, this program was actually called Young Men of Color Program because and it concentrated primarily on the Black young males, the students, and the athletes, and said, okay, what can we do to help support them? So roughly 20 to 30 students, we just went out to mentor those students, be sure to understand where all the resources were available here at Mass Bay and Academic Achievement Center, financial aid, and class advising, and also how to actually talk to your professors, feeling bold just to actually talk to the professors, especially when you was having needed help in your classroom. So that was our primary focus. And then actually extended because we had the young ladies wanted the same support. So we ended up instituting a young women of color program. And just recently, we've actually changed our titles to students of color to be inclusive of women and the young men. And sometimes when you hear the word students of color, you would think of just black students or brown students or Asian students. But in our case, our programs are open to all students. All students are able to come and be a part of our programs.
Excellent, thank you. And I know that the Students of Color program provides a bunch of events and workshops for students to partake in. What are some of those events and workshops?
Well, on a monthly basis, what we do, we call those luncheons, and we invite different people in for usually people of color come in and talk about their profession and what they've done, be it in engineering or the business world, healthcare area. They come and talk to us about there's how they got there, how they went through school. Also, a lot of us first talk about family and the importance of family, and also the importance of having a network and being part of community. So that's one of the things we stress, that you cannot do things by yourself, and you need to have a network. So those are one of the things we're strong on. Another thing we've done, we've had this year, we instituted the Tuesday Talks. So we come together for like an hour online, and let's talk about different topics of concern, be it social issues, personal issues, financial issues, of what's going on in the world. Like today, if we'd had a talk, it's probably been more around Ida, the hurricane, what's going on there. Or might have talked about what's happened in Haiti, because we have a lot of our employees, students that are from Haiti, just understand what we can do and how we can help that. So anything of concern, what's happening in Afghanistan, different things. So we don't close out our topics. So we definitely put things based on and have authentic conversations around those.
Excellent. And I believe I saw a flyer last year for a silent headphone dance as well. Can you talk about what that event was?
Right. What that included was, first up, I had no clue what it was. Is that we had probably like 40 to 50 people there, and you have headphones. You had like three different. You had Michael Jackson. Uh, I know about Michael Jackson, but then you have other people that I'm not too familiar with, and they had those different genres playing. So people were able to dance around and do whatever they needed to those particular music. And it was somewhat strange to me, but I think we actually have a video that are actually on our website as well to look at. Then we did, in addition to that, we've had a hip hop group to come in and work with us. And one of the things I'm really proud of was that right after the Black History, not Black History, the Black Panther movie, I was close to the Black History Month, and we did this Wakanda event. And we had people from the community from different countries in Africa that came and presented their culture, artifacts, song, dance from those different countries, and it was well received by the community. So that was great. And we also do public speaking workshops as well.
Fantastic. Is there anything else that you would like to share about the program?
Yes, well, in particular, the program itself, well, this year for our Black History uh, Month, we did something really good. So if you go to our website, you can check out our Black History event, and we had representatives. It was about Black excellence, and we had talked about life balance. We had a professional couple that I actually know from Switzerland that came and talked to us about how it is to balance corporate life. One of them an entrepreneur, and the other is a general manager at a global company. That's how they actually work together as a couple, especially being out of the United States and them being Americans. We had talked about vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine. We had this gentleman who actually lives in Rhode Island developed the packaging for the vaccine that everyone is using. So he was actually one of our guest speakers about how safe the packaging is for the vaccine. And also we had one of our director of nursing came and talked about the safety of the vaccine itself. So that was good. And we teamed up with our STEM department, and we had 5 excellent people of color engineers that came and talked to us about what they do in their engineering part. And I think a couple of them actually were community college students, and how they actually got to the point they are. So that was great. Then it ended out with fun. We had a paint night that was co-sponsored by the SGA department. So we're always looking for opportunities just to do things and keep people engaged and let them know they're part of the community.
That's great. And it sounds like you have so much good stuff going on to build community within MassBay and also to support students and to provide services for student success, which is great. So if students are interested in hearing more about the program, or if they would like to join, what would be the next steps for them?
But the next step was actually go to our webpage and a Student of Color webpage, and it's an application that you can fill out. And that application, if you fill out the application, you're definitely welcome. But the primary purpose of the application is to let us know your interest. So if there's anything that we can add to the program, we're hopefully you can help us actually add it to it. So we're looking for support from our students. And we also have opportunities for student workers to come in and help out with us, and also to be peer advisors. So we just have opportunities for students. Our whole deal is that we're here for the student. So if you know of anything that you would like to see us do, just reach out to us or send me an email at lmoore@massbay.edu.
Great. And Dr. Moore, last question is what words of advice or words of wisdom would you have for the students of MassBay?
Now, this is somewhat of a hard question. I can spend 20 minutes on this, but let me see if I can just bring it down a little bit. We are excited that you made the choice to come to MassBay. At this point in your life, you wanted to do a change, be it for yourself, your family, so your kids, if you have children, to see you as a role model. But we are excited that you came to MassBay. And we want to do everything possible that you get all the opportunities that you require to be successful in whatever you decide to do. And we want this experience to be one that you feel that you are part of our community, you're valued, and also we want you to add to our community. So when you go out outdoors, people look at you and say, oh, that must have been a MassBay student. So the advice to you is that we want you to take everything that we offer you and things that you think we should offer you, let us know about, and we make all that work. So again, thank you for choosing MassBay to help you with your change in life.
Dr. Moore, I can't thank you enough for this interview, for taking the time today, and also for all the work that you do at MassBay to support our students. Thank you once again.
You're quite welcome, and thank you again for the opportunity.
You're welcome.